I'm joined now by Dr. Daria Long. She's an emergency room physician and a clinical assistant professor at the University of Tennessee. So good to see you. So how big do you think this post-holiday surge will be?
Fred, this is something we all need to be worried about. I'm working with a couple of schools, so we've been testing everybody, and we saw right after Thanksgiving a huge bump in the number of cases, which we're now seeing in the community. So when you think about it, Thanksgiving has one day for everyone to get together. These Christmas and winter holidays have multiple days for people to get together. I really think we're going to see a big bump. And as Dr. Fauci said, I have concerns about the capacity after that bump.
Are you concerned that, people made the choices to travel because they thought, all right, well, there's this vaccine and that's hopeful, and so soon things will get better, so I'm ready to relax things a bit?
Right. I think you're right. I think people are seeing the vaccine ahead of us and saying, well, that means I can relax now. That's kind of like saying, I'm going to get airbags in my car so I can start driving less carefully now. We need to see that vaccine as hope, which is why we can hang on and kind of stick to these protocols that we need to do for safety longer, because the end is in sight. We just have to get there.
You live and work in Tennessee. It's high on the list now of states overrun with coronavirus. How are you and your colleagues going to meet the need?
That's a big question. That's something I ask myself every day. In the ER, my fellow colleagues, Tennessee is currently number 7 in terms of number of cases per million. Interestingly, Fredricka, we still don't have a mask mandate, which is one of the simple science-based things that we could do to keep people safer. I think it's interesting. We saw this potential explosion in Nashville. The question is, when you have all of your hospital beds used up for COVID, where do we go when we have a trauma or potentially a mass casualty incident or somebody who needs to come in for a heart attack when the beds are already full? This is something that everybody needs to be thinking about.
So how frustrating is it for you that it might take a mask mandate as opposed to at this juncture after these many months? I mean, if the message hasn't already hit home with people about how a mask can certainly help, I mean, if there's no mandate, you feel like people are just not going to take personal responsibility?
Yeah, I think humans are humans. I think people are tired of having to wear masks and do all these different things, which is why I do think it's important to have a mask mandate. I've talked to business owners who say, we wish there were a mask mandate because we wear a mask, we make our employees wear a mask, we ask our customers to wear masks, but there's no mandate, and it makes it harder for business owners who want to stay open and they want to stay safe. So yes, there's a time for government to come in and make some regulations, and this is one of them.
I know you mentioned earlier it's okay for people to feel hopeful about the vaccine, but how do you find hope for 2021?
Fred, working as an ER doctor, you always have to find a way to stay hopeful and see that light at the end of the tunnel. And I think it's in the small things. For me as an ER doctor, it is in those small wins. I think for all of our audience, it is in the small things that we can look forward to. The vaccine coming into play, the things that we will be able to get back to in 2021. 2021 is not going to look like 2020. And that should give all of us a great deal of hope.
Let's hope not, right? Definitely ready to bid adieu to 2020. All right, Dr. Daria Long, thank you so much. Happy New Year.
Thanks, Fredricka. You too as well.
Thank you.